your hand in the viewfinder. Like I did. Oh goodness, this is a big tank. Good morning, Reptilians. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. So this week I am so excited because I've been telling you guys for actual weeks now that Morty was getting a tank upgrade and he got it and he loves it so much, and I'm so excited to show you guys this. Really quick, before I show you all this, I just wanted to say thank you so much to Custom Reptile Habitats for sending Morty this tank and for working with me and wanting to work with me, and thank you so much. We are so excited about this tank. He did not pay me to say anything in this. He sent me the tank and said that he wanted an honest, open review of the actual tank, and I think that's so awesome. I think that shows how much as a company they care about their clients and about the animals. So without further ado, let's get into that. I'm not gonna make you guys sit through a whole entire unboxing, but I did want to quickly say that this tank does come flat shipped in 2 separate boxes, so that makes it a lot cheaper to ship to you, and it also makes it a lot safer to ship to you. They do have multiple color options, and I went with the gray, and I was super excited about it because the black and gray is gonna look so awesome together. Look at this color. This is the gray.
Ooh.
It's very pretty.
Yeah, it is.
So the first thing that you do to set this thing up is to take the 2 back pieces and push those together. This is the 6-foot tank, so there are 2 back pieces.
Just push.
I am pushing. You know I'm not strong.
The frame for this is made out of aluminum, which makes the whole thing super light, but it also means that having a rubber mallet for this project is so helpful. You can also use a hammer with cardboard in between, but just get a rubber mallet. They sell them at the Dollar Tree. They're fantastic. Highly recommended.
This is grooved on both sides.
Is there a number on it?
Nope. And this hole goes on the inside.
Those bars are super important because this tank is so big that it does need a middle support system, and then you're going to do the same for the bars on the side as well. And of course, making sure to use that rubber mallet to get them all the way down flush with the other bar to make sure you have a very snug fit. When you are doing this, it is very normal to see some of the plastic at the bottom almost shaving off, and that's just because it is such a tight fit. Back to that middle support bar, I'm just hammering on the plastic ends, and we are going to connect this to those screw holes on those middle bars, and we're just screwing it on. And then this next part is the part that took us the absolute longest, and that's just installing this rubber seal. One whole side was already done for us, and the other side was about half of the way done, so we just had to kind of finish it. We use this screen rolling tool to do this. I highly recommend that if you're going to use this, because it does make it a lot easier and faster, that you get a metal one, because this plastic one was very bulky and it was super flimsy, so this is by no means necessary, but if you do want one, don't cheap out like I did. Just spend the $2 extra for the metal one. And then we just kind of go around and put in all the other panels. This screen lid is amazing. It is made out of a special material that only filters out about 23% of UV lighting for your animal, which is awesome because most screens filter out much more than that, and they filter out more and more as the screen gets tighter. So I thought that was really cool, and that's another one of those things that shows how much they care about the animals. But you want to make sure that the smooth side of the screen is facing inside of the tank, and the side with the raised panel goes on the outside. And you know this isn't me building something unless my clumsy self messes something up, so let's go ahead and just get that part out of the way. So anyway, don't do that unless you're buying their custom backgrounds, because they sell those too. Super awesome. And then you can just cover that right up. Anyways, just putting in all the panels at this point. And then we're simply going through the entirety of the tank and applying those rubber seals. Again, this was super tedious, and it was my least favorite part of the whole thing just because there were so many rubber seals that needed to go around the entire 6-foot by 2-foot by 2-foot tank, and just kind of getting in there was kind of a pain. I could have done it panel by panel and put the panels on as I went, but I just kind of decided to do all of these at once, and it did make it a little tedious.
What?
but these seals are important. These seals make the entire tank feel even more high quality than they already are by preventing the panels from rattling and moving. They keep them solid in place, and they also prevent any loose substrate from getting between the panels and the aluminum. And now that all that's done, we're just going to do the same thing to the front panel that we did to the back panel, just lining them up and then using a rubber mallet to get a snug fit between the two. And then just grabbing that whole thing and lining it up on top, making sure that any of the rubber that was on the inside stays on the inside and isn't going between the top and the side.
Make sure all the rubber.
And then just going around to all of the edges and using the rubber mallet to evenly hammer it all down.
Oh.
You're about to blame me for something?
I said leave the lid on to make sure all the pieces were inside.
No, it's not. That's not what you said.
Yes, I did.
No, you never said that to me.
Literally going to replay the part where I'm like, make sure all the pieces are in.
Do I acknowledge you, or are you just talking?
I guess we'll see, won't we? Make sure all the rubber.
So I guess I kind of said it. I also kind of mumbled it, but that's okay. It wasn't an issue at all. We just cut it and put the piece on the inside. Anyways, the next step is to silicone the bottom panels onto the base of the tank. And this is just going to provide more support for the tank so that when you're putting a whole bunch of substrate or whatever into it, it's not sagging. And then just take a break because you're doing a good job and you deserve it. So of course at this point the bottom has dried some so we could flip it up right side up, and I'm just going to use aquarium safe silicone. This is the Loctite brand, and that is because Morty is an Irian giant blue tongue skink and they need humidity, and this just prevents any potential pooling water on the bottom of the tank from leaking onto the stand. And then once you're done with that, this tank has to sit for 24 to 48 hours, and you need to be able to put your head in there and no longer smell silicone before you do anything else to this tank. So since it's going to be sitting in my dining room here for the next 2 straight days, I went ahead and clicked the doors in. I learned my lesson last time. I did not take the plastic off of the doors. You just put them in, push them up in the tracks, and then the bottom wheels just fall into place. Super easy. This also comes with a showcase lock, and it has a sticky 3M adhesive on the lock, and you just stick that on the door. And there are little metal handles on the sides of these polycarbonate doors. It just makes it easier to open and close them. I thought they were a very nice touch, and I love how they are subtle and small and black. And the last thing this comes with, even though I didn't use it, is a weather stripping that you can put in that gap between the doors, and that just allows, if you have like a snake or something that could escape from this, it just keeps that from happening. After that sat for a little over 2 days and all of the silicone fumes were completely gone, I started working on actually setting up this tank. So the substrate for this is going to be 1 whole block of Pro Coco, 3 full blocks of Eco Earth, and 3 full blocks of Forest Moss. This is a very large tank, so it takes quite a bit to fill it up.
Look at that in the viewfinder. Like I did. Oh goodness, this is a big tank.
And after mixing all that together, we are just, of course, putting it into the tank and smoothing it all out. All of this together made a pretty good 3-inch deep burrowing layer for him. And from here on, it was just a matter of playing around with enrichment and driftwood and stuff to make a good looking, fun tank for him. This is driftwood that I have already sanitized. Some of these were sanitized using a bleach solution, some of them were sanitized in the oven. I have other videos where I actually go into detail about sanitizing driftwood, but they are already safe and parasite and wood mite free. And I'm also adding a whole bunch of greenery. These are those same vines that I have been using ever since the reacting to subscribers tanks video. Heating and lights. Since this tank is so tall, I am using a Reptisun high output UV light so that it can make it all the way down to the bottom. I'm using a heat bulb, and I'm using a ceramic heat emitter with a dimmer switch. And with the combination of both of those heat sources, I was able to get his hotspot to about 95, 96 degrees, and I actually can go higher because that ceramic heat emitter is not turned up all the way, which is perfect.
You see him?
Yeah.
He's so tiny.
He's actually going to use all that space too, because he moves.
Yeah, he does. Except for right now, because he's sleeping, so he's not going to do very much. Okay.
And this is the finished tank. Don't mind his little nose, he scuffed it up and we are treating it, but this is his finished tank and it is so big. There's so much room in this tank and he has spent so many hours just exploring. The first night we put him in here, I heard him almost all night rummaging around and just going through the tank, going through the leaves, all of that. I'm so happy and he's making use of all of it and he's so happy, and yeah, I'm just so happy.
This has become his sleeping spot. The past 2 nights, this is where he's gone to sleep. I honestly didn't think he'd use it, but here we are. And that is it. Clearly, he loves the tank. He has so much room. We have literally over doubled the amount of floor space that he has, and he is using every bit of it. He isn't even burrowing as much anymore because he's just climbing and just exploring, and I am so happy, and he's so happy, and yay. This thing is super awesome. Again, link down below if you want to get one of these. Super lightweight, and it is so worth the time that you put it together, and they understood the needs of the animal, and it didn't just feel like they wanted to make money and sell things, which is so awesome. Highly recommended if you are looking for a PVC tank for your animal. Custom Reptile Habitats is awesome. As always, if you have not already, please feel free to follow me on my other socials and like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications every single time I put out a new video, which is every Sunday and some Wednesdays. This week's Instagram shout out goes to Sad King Plante for following me on Instagram and go through and liking a whole bunch of my stuff. And this week's subscriber shout out goes to Martin Vishman for following me on YouTube and commenting so much and always being super supportive. Thank you guys both so much. You are the bee's knees. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Okay. Reset the legs, bud. Next, I'm just gonna instructions. Okay. Position. I can't fart.
Yeah. It's Aiden over there farting. This is our life. At least the silicone smell will cover the fart smell.
Alright, watch it.
No. I don't get vacations, I don't get medical, and I have to move? I don't think so. You can walk around me, boss lady.
Alright, we gotta move. I noticed with these sides though, if you like stick your fingernails on the edge and just like use this as an anchor, and just pull up, it comes in pretty, I mean, you're stronger than me, so maybe that, I'm done talking to you. I'm not talking to you anymore. We're gonna have to do this 6 more times.
You have to do it 6 more times. I'm going after this. I request a raise after this much work. I'm going to have to get you in the eyes here.
Yours is looking a little wavy.
No, it's not. That's fantastic. It's a straight line. That's a straight line. Why are you going to be telling me it's wavy? You know how hard I worked on this?
You know, I slipped these side panels in and I was like, look at that, we're almost done.
3 hours later. Just
I just need a shot, an up-close shot.
You have your option.
Oh my God. What?
I need a raise, okay?
Come on, hurry up. What? What do you need me to do?
A raise? I didn't know you just failed at your job. I would fire you.
I hope so. I hope if I was hired to do something like this, I would be fired pretty quickly. I'm trying to draw a picture.
What are you trying to draw?
A square with an X in it, like that's what was in the picture.
Oh, I don't think it looks like that. You're already up to a minute. And
I'm trying.
Yeah, we done with the first side. Why am I here?